And we're alive. It's a full moon in Cancer. How are you guys? First of all, I hope if you celebrate Christmas that you had a beautiful Christmas. Ours was really sweet. Challenging this year for a lot of reasons, but it was very sweet. And I hope that yours was too. And so, you know, what's really funny is for me, the day after Christmas is always like an exhale. Like just like even last night in my house, it was so quiet and I was just like, here's the stillness, right? But then here we are. There isn't quite a stillness just yet because the moon is full. I was joking with my friend. I'm like, you know how I know it's the full moon other than being Sage Goddess and doing what I do for a living is when I take my dog out really late at night for him to go to the bathroom that I don't have to turn the light on. So if that's how you know the moon is full, however you know the moon is full, it is full, and it's full in Cancer. So thank you for being here, and truly happy holidays to you. It's Kwanzaa today. If you celebrated Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. We're still in that really beautiful moment of Christ consciousness. If you are like my husband, he's Jewish, so you know, that side of the family celebrates the Hanukkah tradition, which is beautiful, the Festival of Lights. And of course, Yule, which I'm so thrilled that we're beyond Yule because then the light returns, right? What's really interesting about every one of these traditions, every one of them, what's the thing they all have in common? If you think about Christmas and, you know, whether you, like I said, celebrate that or not, it is the birth of Christ in the Christian tradition, and the wise men were guided by the star Sirius. The Jewish people celebrate the Festival of Lights, right, and freedom and beauty in life. And then at Yule, we celebrate sort of like the longest night because we know we're about to anticipate the return of the light. So here we are with the full moon in Cancer. I have been weepy all day. It's not my favorite full moon. The moon loves to be full in Cancer. My heart's been a little heavy today. So if yours has too, I just want to say I see you. I know it's a challenging time for a lot of us. I also want to say that there are pockets and places in my life of beauty and light and love. And I would encourage you to really reflect on what those are for you tonight, because I think the Cancer full moon is about what does it mean for you to feel at home or to be home, or what constitutes home for you. And for a lot of us, that's kind of been really thrown up in the air the last couple of years. Here's what I want to say about this at the Cancer full moon. I don't like it when people say, you are the light, you are the love, you have everything you need, you just need to love yourself more. Because I always say, if it was just about us loving ourselves, we wouldn't be so called to be in partnership and relationship with other humans. We would just be alone and operate alone on the planet. So I don't really like that, and I don't think it's great advice. I do think actually that we're meant to be in relationship with each other, whatever that looks like for you. I do think, though, that the vibration that you set, and this has been my work this year, the vibration that you set is the light that you attract. And so even if you're surrounded by heaviness and darkness and fear and grief and all of the things that can kind of like weigh us down as human beings, I think the work of being human is to not be alone. I don't think we're meant to be alone. I really sincerely don't. I don't think it's all about you. I don't think it's the love yourself stuff is great, but I do think it starts there. It's about the vibration that you hold, but I think we're meant to be in divine and sacred partnership. And that can be defined in all different kinds of ways. So I'm not talking about even romantic partnership, but I do think we're meant to be together. And I think that's why we gather together. So first of all, I want to say, as we close out this year, thank you to you for being part of our community. Being in service to you, being your sister in this process, being here and holding sacred space and, you know, doing ceremony with you is one of the biggest parts of the beauty of my life. It is one of the reasons I think I'm here, but it's also one of the things that brings me joy. And so thank you for being one of the places that I go for connection, communion, and comfort. I hope also that you find connection, community, and comfort here, because sometimes when we're alone romantically or when we lose family members, we have each other, and it's a really cool place to land. I always like to say my dream in life for myself and for you, and it's such perfect medicine for the Cancer full moon, is that we have a nice soft place to land. There are enough people in this world who are going to be hard on you and critical of you, and not be generous and not be kind. Like that's just human truth and existence. But I think what we can do is embody something different, give more than we receive, and really try to be in the world what maybe we don't have or can't find in other people. So that's my riff on for the end of the year for all of us. I have two things I want to read to you, if you'll bear with me. This little book, which gets overshadowed by its big sister, Crystalpedia, but this little book is still, I don't have favorite children, but I really am so glad I wrote this book. And if you don't have it, it is all of my blessings and rituals and ceremonies. Even the pages are rainbow, and it's organized by month. And so it takes you through the whole wheel of the year. So I am going to read to you tonight, just to prepare you, starting on page 8, a little bit about January, because this is our last full moon of 2023. And then I want to read you a poem that's on my phone. Is that okay? So I want to invite you to take a breath, and then I'm going to read to you. I am very different than other people. I don't think I've ever been more aware of that than I am this year. How different I am from other people. One of my favorite things is I love it when someone reads to me. I've always loved it. I grew up with my mom reading to me, and then I grew up also with my dad reading to me, and it calms my central nervous system. It's so neuroregulating for me. Our current generation doesn't, everything's Kindle and everything else, but you can still read to each other. So I think even though we've lost our touch with like hardcover books, some of us, and like paperback books, I think we can still appreciate what it means for someone just to say, close your eyes, I just want to read to you for a minute. So I'm going to read to you a little bit tonight, and after I clear the space with some sage. And I just want to encourage you to be fully present in this moment while I offer you two little pieces of writing that came to me in my heart at the full moon in Cancer. And I'm really lucky because I got to spend the last couple of days with two of my favorite Cancers, my sister and my dad. And it was such good medicine for my heart and spirit. So, did your family used to read to you and it calms you down too? Your husband reads to you? Oh my God, Ruth, you're the luckiest woman on the planet. I have never actually had a partner read to me before. It would enchant me to no end. I've never had that before, but you are so beautifully blessed, because for me it's like, and I actually learn better when I listen than when I read myself. I learn better when I'm hearing. I'm quite clairaudient as a psychic gift, more than I am clairvoyant, so it might actually be attached to how my brain receives information. But if you have a partner who reads to you, give them an extra hug and kiss tonight from me, because I think that's really beautiful. Okay, you ready? So I'm on page 8 with you in the month of January in the Book of Blessings. And if you don't have the book, that's okay. You can find it online, wherever you buy books. But this isn't a sales pitch. It really just genuinely is everything I know and love about the months all organized, and it's one of my favorite books. You ready? Take a breath. Thank you for coming tonight. January, the month of new beginnings. It's just a few days away from now. The pressure has been building since Samhain, since the fall equinox even. You have wanted to envision, imagine, and create since harvest season. But you have also honored the call to rest, the invitation to slumber that is the winter season in the northern hemisphere. Now you are in the thick of your dormancy, yet the fire within you still burns. This is the time to indulge your creative senses and set a powerful course for the year ahead. You get very few clear shots at your dreams each year. This is one of them. Aim well, spirit traveler, but let your arrow go. If you spend your whole life aiming, you might as well not even engage the bow. Trust in yourself, what makes January a dual blessing and challenge. When you released the fruits from your vines last September, you were rich with inspiration and gratitude. But now, as you gaze across the vista of life, it is a darker and more barren place you see. In winter, hope must come from within. Relying on others, expecting outside reward or motivation is risky now. Everything you will build in the year ahead already resides within you today. Now is the time to create, but in a passive way. For example, visualizing and setting intentions. Intentions are best set at the new year and the new moon, so you will have multiple opportunities this month. And tonight we're visioning. Take a moment now to be with the beginning of the new year, present to both its possibilities and its challenges. Imagine yourself celebrating 12 months from now the desires, successes, and experiences you most seek. What do you need to allow, surrender, or invite right now to achieve your goals? Ask your spirit guides, higher self, and all light beings to surround you, support you, and sustain you. May you receive all that you long for in perfect time and full alignment with your intended path. Iaho. And Amigo. It's just a little snippet of January medicine for you. And then the poem I wanted to read to you is actually a poem that is, and I told my sister I was going to read it tonight. It is a poem that my sister and my mom share in common. Oh, I hope I kept it. Hold on. I think I did. I did. It is a poem that my sister and my mom share in common, because my sister actually has this poem written in my mom's handwriting. It's by E.E. Cummings, who passed away in 1962. So this poem is an older poem, but it's a sweet blessing because my sister's a Cancer. She shares this poem with my mom, and I opened a book of poetry to this poem today. Something told me go and open that book of poetry at my house, and it's not just a book of E.E. Cummings. It's a mixed book of poetry, but I literally opened it to this page, and so I want to read this poem to you, and I encourage you to look it up for yourself. It's called I Carry Your Heart With Me, and I think it's perfect for the Cancer full moon. Okay? So if you're still closing your eyes and listening to me, I'm continuing to read this poem to you. I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear. And whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for you, beautiful, are my world, my true. And it's you. Whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always sing, is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of the sky, of a tree called life, which grows higher than soul can hope or mind can hide. And this is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart. So I will send this to Karen and real quick because I love me some technology, and then Karen can post it for you on the event page. And you'll have a poem that means a lot to all of us in my family, and certainly tonight at this Cancer full moon means a lot to me and to my sister. So tonight I carry your heart in my heart. Funny, I pulled the Ruby card today from our gemstone affirmation deck, which is really crazy. They say that when you lose someone you love, which I've lost multiple people in the last couple of years, when you lose someone you love, they go on to live in your heart as a ruby. And ruby's always been one of my favorite stones. So if you are also missing someone this holiday season, I guess I pulled this card just for you. So I love that. Okay, so tonight we are going to dedicate. It's hard. At the Cancer full moon, you could just cry all night, and we don't want to do that. I'm also not sad. There's a big part of me that's really happy right now. It isn't all sadness. I've lost a lot over the last couple of years, but I also have gained a lot. I've built incredible friendships and connections, and been on the receiving side of so many blessings. So now that we've gotten through the sad part, the Leo in me wants to go, okay, all done. Let's talk about what's really fun. So tonight we are dedicating our moon phase and astrology planner. It came as part of your toolkit for this month. We're not ready to use it yet, because if you look inside, and by the way, there's just a few of these left at sagegoddess.com, and your code is, I don't have my marketing team today, everybody's out, but our code is new for 23% off at sagegoddess.com. So if you want to go and get your moon phase and astrology planner, Karen can give you the link. I wouldn't leave now, but later tonight when you go and get your full moon in Leo tools for next month, you should add the planner to your cart, because I don't think we're reprinting it again. But I do want to tell you, we are going to dedicate our journals tonight, because this is a 2024 planner. And starting in, it gives you a lot of information up front about your moon sign and the wheel of the year and all of these things. You're going to start, actually, you can do it anytime you want, to write your intentions for 2024 for the new year. We could work on that tonight too. And then it gives you the 2024 calendar. All the art is by Sage Goddess. This is all built in-house. Tells you the correspondences for every month and gives you journaling space. And then the new moon is where we begin. And every new moon, it gives you space to write your intentions, which I love. So at the end of the year, you have the entire 2024 year planned out already. So if you got your tools, you already bought this. A lot of you were waiting until we finally got just the moon phase planner in stock, which we weren't sure we were going to be able to. So it is at sagegoddess.com, and it's 23% off with code new. So we're going to dedicate that tonight. I'm going to do live readings with our Moonstone Pendulum tonight, which I think is really fun. We did give you a really beautiful little bookmark. It's Angel Aura Chords, so that and I'm gonna bookmark my page that we're writing together tonight, which is the This Journal Belongs To. So I'm going to put my bookmark on page 3 to kind of hold our space. And then that way, every time you get to a new moon phase, new moon phase or new full moon phase, you can put your bookmark there and you know exactly where to turn in your book, which I love. And then you also got your Mystic Moonbeam tea lights. So I popped mine in a rose quartz tea light holder because it's a Cancer full moon. That's all about love. And how many of you are Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising? Because this full moon is even more intense for you. My Mercury is in Cancer, and Mercury is retrograde right now, of course. So I talk like a Cancer. I always say I play a Cancer on TV, but I do want to give a little shout out to Cancer energy and what this full moon is all about, which your worksheets also tell you. You guys are the best parents, the best friends. You guys are loyal. You're loving. You make us feel at home in our hearts and in our very bodies. Look at all of you guys: Cancer moon, rising, sun, moon, sun. My sun is Cancer rising, and I just couldn't love that any more than I do. You guys are nurturing, you're healing. Just by being with us, you heal us, so you don't even have to do anything. Cancers are just like, they show up and they're healing. They remind us of really sweet memories because they hold A lot of Cancers are like the family historians. They hold the memory record for their families, and bless you for it. And you guys are so intuitive, it's nuts. They are the best parents. Cancer moms and Cancer dads are just, it's like they were born to take care. And it doesn't matter whether it's a fur baby or a human baby, or I don't know what other kind of baby you might have, but it doesn't matter. You're such a good parent, you know what I mean? Like my sister with her beautiful Rue, or my dad with us, you know, they're just the best. So cheers to you, all of my Cancer beloveds. I'm so thankful that you're on the planet, because it wouldn't be the same without you. And my son's Cancer rising is, the way he cares for me is so incredible. I'm so lucky to have my son with his Cancer. And then I have my Pisces daughter, who reminds me to stay creative and rise above and kind of go with the flow. And so don't we learn from our children? And my kids have so much water in their chart, and I have so very little. I'm all fire, so it's such a good balance just to be reminded all the time of what really matters. So cheers and cheers and cheers. So we lit our candle. And then the other thing that came in your kit tonight was your pendulum mat. And I will tell you, this is really meant to be more art than anything else. You did get stickers. So one of the things you can do is choose the directions for yes, no, maybe, unknown, set an intention, and you can put your stickers on your mat. For me, yes is always north-south, and no is always east-west, and I don't know, or leave me alone is always a circle. So I don't put stickers on my pendulum mats. But we did this separately for you guys this month because, I'll show you the backside, because maybe yes, no is different for you than it is for me, and that's not wrong. It's just that the way I do it is a little bit different. Okay. Let's open our circle. Let's do that. Let's do that. The energy is clear. It's a beautiful full moon, actually. And the Leo in me, like I said, wants to remind you that it's time to rise above. Life's always going to be challenging. For me, if it's not one thing, it's another. So it's just like, you know what? You are loved. It might not be by the person you want, or the way you want, or when you want, or how you want. There's no eclipses. But you're loved. Tonight in this very moment, I'm just beaming from my heart to yours as much love as I can. And just be here. Be here now. I'll give you back. You are loved. And in the end, this life is just a big, beautiful dream, isn't it? And we're here to enjoy it. We are. So welcoming in the guides and guardians of the East. Cheers for a new beginning, a new cycle, a new year ahead. We welcome you in for greater clarity, insight. You are here. And welcoming in guides and guardians of the South. Aho. Transformation, courage, strength, passion, desire. You are here. And then guides and guardians of the West. Cancer is here. It's the energy of the mother, of nurturing, emotional healing, release, renewal. You are here. And guides and guardians of the North. So thankful for your patience, peace, perseverance, presence. And then the element that unifies, integrates, ignites, catalyzes, alchemizes them all. Element of spirit, the ether, the Akash, the all that is, the all-knowing. Thank you for magic. Thank you for reminding us that magic is real. You are here. You are here, you are here. Did my drumming get you through lockdown, really? Thank you for saying that. That's really sweet. I appreciate that. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, the moon doesn't care if you've got clouds, darling. As I throw my drum on the floor. The moon doesn't care if you have clouds. She doesn't have clouds. That's your view. Isn't that a good lesson for life? The moon doesn't have clouds, you do. I mean, I'm not saying that to be insensitive. You know what I mean? Sometimes we look up at the sky from our human kind of vantage point and we're like, I have clouds. And it's like, yeah, but 2 cities over, they don't. Like when it's cloudy in Southern California, there's no clouds in the desert. Joshua Tree, 29 Palms, you know, east of me. So I always remember, because they never have clouds. I mean, they do sometimes, but very rarely. So like I'll be stuck in fog and be like, it's foggy. My crystals aren't seeing the moon. And, you know, it's like, but my friend who's like an hour away will be like, there's no clouds tonight. Look at my view. It's a very powerful reminder that perspective is everything. That the universe is big, right? And I see people sending lots of love and healing to Amy Nice, and I'm not exactly sure why, because I may have missed your comment, but I'm glad you're here. And if you're in need of healing, I think this is a perfect full moon for you, and I appreciate you being here tonight. Okay, shall we begin? Before we do anything, I want to dedicate. I want you to dedicate your moon phase and astrology journal. I like to use a Sharpie for these occasions because I'm just particular, and my Venus is in Virgo, and I don't like it when the minute I kind of like run my fingers through everything slips down the page. So what we're gonna do, okay, is it says this journal belongs to, I don't know if you can see that, this journal belongs to, so I want you to, on this last full moon of 2023, I want you to write your name. That is my name. It is a big universe, y'all, which for me provides comfort. Whenever it's one of the reasons I study physics is I love to think about how big this cosmos is, and then it reminds me that like my perspective and my problems and my fears and my worries are like, because in your head they can get so big, right? And we play those what if games. I don't know if you overthink, but I'm like a massive overthinker. If you're not, I'm really happy for you. For me, it's like a toxic trait, but I overthink everything. So you know, you get into these moments where you're like, well, what if this? And then if this, what if that? And of course, like 99% of those things don't happen. So it just reminds me, it's like, oh, I'm here in my head where like my world and my problems and my challenges are like so big. And then I look at myself in the universe and it's so small, you know? So, yeah. Just sending so much love to you guys. Oh, Amy got health news. You know what, Amy? I don't know what health news you received, but I think this is helpful for all of us to take a moment and remember this. That has happened to me before. Has anybody ever gotten some health news that you didn't love? Always remember, and as part of my message to you through Sage Goddess, your spirit, who you are, what's possible for you, like the vibration, the very essence of who you are, is not connected to anything physical. And I really wish someone had told me that years ago, because it's not the common perspective. You know, when something happens with your health, we go online and we start reading, and then we go down rabbit holes, and then people are telling us things. But I want you tonight, and anybody else who's having health challenges, I want you to imagine you and whatever is happening externally to you, and I want you to create some cosmic space there, because your soul is eternal. Your soul is in this body right now, but your soul is way bigger than this body. Your soul actually feels kind of trapped, so, and it won't be here forever, but your soul is so big. And if you really channel your energy, let's work with this full moon, Amy, and everybody else who's here, And let's just really magnify that energy of unconditional love and healing, because I absolutely 3000% with my heart and soul believe that anything you want to imagine for your life and your health is possible. And I'm here to stand in absolute faith with you, because I've seen it. I've seen miracles I can't even explain to you. So let's just all sit together, right? Nurse Sandy's seen it, right? You're over here, this whatever's going on is over here. Don't do this, right? No, because you are not your body, you are not your health. You have a whole vibration that's disconnected from this entire human experience. So when we want to create healing, we want to go over here. We want to focus on our thoughts and our mentality and our perspective and our desires. Why do you think I come live every month to talk to you about these things? Because I really believe 5,000% that's what a miracle is someone standing in their consciousness and raising their vibration and believing that they can, that with their, with their, whatever you call it, your God or your guides or your ancestors or your lineage, whatever you want to put name on that holy power that created you and gave you breath, that you and that energy can create a pathway forward that isn't determined by anything else. I feel like I'm preaching, but can I get an amen? Or whatever you want to say. You will rise above. Just breathe. Just breathe. I did. You can. And I'm not talking to you from some hypothetical place of not knowing what I'm talking about. I wish I was, but I'm not. So let's do this together. So if you would so kindly, I know, I'm like, I'm in church right now. What's happening? My grandmother was a minister, so sometimes when I get on my soapbox, I preach a little bit. Come on now. You believe it. I say, aho. Whatever y'all's word is, say the word, finish it up, close circle in the prayer. Okay, so I want you to put your sun, moon, and your rising. My sun sign is, so obvious, darling. I'm a Leo. My rising is so obvious. It's a Libra. My moon sign, so obvious. It's a Sag. I was born under the balsamic moon phase. And my power word for this year, what is my word? Oh my God, did I forget it? Maybe it wasn't a great word. It'll come to me. I don't want to write it down. I said it the other day, and I said it was my word for the year, and now I can't remember it. I'm not going to write it down until it comes back to me. Anyway, if you know what yours is already, you're in great shape. And by the way, there is a pendulum math here. So if you want like a proper one that doesn't have labels and stuff, you can put that there. What was my word for this year? Shit. It's not shit, but I'm pissed I can't remember what it was. It'll come back to me. Okay. If you don't know what your sun, moon, or rising is, you need to go to astro.com. You need to know where you were born and when, and then run your chart, and then have fun going down all those rabbit holes. That'll be really good for you. Okay, we're gonna anoint with our Cosmic Tides perfume, cucumber, which is very relaxing and healing. Gardenia, my grandmother's favorite flower for spirituality and peace. There's orris root in here, which is for divination. It's also beauty, like Venus beauty. And then there's lemon balm, which helps you sleep. And then there's a moonstone inside for moon magic. So a little at my wrist for what I do, a little at my third eye for what I know, a little bit at my ankles for where I go. I had a word and what did I do with it? I don't know. When it's ready, it'll come back to me. Astro.com. Click on charts and ascend it. You can go other places too. I think it's Cafe Astrology. I mean, honestly, if you just Google natal chart, it'll come up with a whole bunch of options, and you just got to put your birth date and information in, and you'll have all your information. You got to, and I'm just going to say this before we do some ceremony together. You have to be careful what your word of the year is. Do you know about this? You know why you have to be careful? I don't want to be a bummer. So the universe takes that word and it teaches you all the faces or facets of that word. So let's say your word is love, it will teach you love, but it will also teach you the opposite of love. Because sometimes we can only learn things when we know the opposite of them. So it's very important to decide your word, knowing that you may have to learn the opposite of that in order to learn that energy stream on its own. Does that make sense? Because that's how the universe works. I don't make the rules. But the universe is very complicated. It's not going to say, oh, I'll teach you love by showing you love. We only know color because we know black and white. Right? That's how you know color. We only really know joy because we know what it's like to be sad. Someone who's never been sad, do they really know the depth of joy? Or do they know it by contrast? So I don't make the rules. I just do the teachings. So when I choose a word of the year, I'm very cautious. And I watch people online go, that's my word of the year. And I'm like, cool. The opposite of that is really kind of a lot. Are you ready? my old crone cackle. Anyway, you might change your mind. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I don't make the rules. I'm the reporter of the news. Okay. So, once we have our planner, now if you want to dedicate your journal, by the way, you can add other, I'm teaching a whole class next year called Apothecary, where we're working on a book of wisdom together, and you can write a whole invocation here. Part of me wants to write a little love note to myself. So maybe you want to do the same thing. And when I write notes to myself, what I do, if you want to do the same thing I'm doing, I think about little Athena, like little tiny Athena, the youngest you can remember, which is a video that my aunt and uncle took of me when I was a year old. So that's the youngest version of me that I remember, because I've seen this videos so many times. It's actually on YouTube, which is so awkward. But anyway, so I think of little 1-year-old me, and I write a letter to her. So if I can't think of like what to say to myself that's really kind and sweet, I think about that little tiny creature who had not even really seen the world yet. And I write her a note. So I'm going to write myself a little note and encourage you to do the same. Just enough space for it. May you find, let's see, where did I start? May there be ease in your movement, grace in your relations, and great love in your arms. May you find a love you're not too much for. And that's my little dedication to myself. And then if you're kind of an art journaler, you could like, you know, like go through and like color in the moon phase, little dots, you know, that we drew for you, and like while you're listening to me tonight, this could become a whole little like art journaling project. You know, if you're a doodler, I'm kind of a doodler, so it relaxes me and calms me. So I like make little pictures and draw little pictures, or like coloring book or whatever. You can fill that up. if you want. Yeah, write yourself a love note. You're worthy of all that you seek. The world will tell you different, but I'm going to tell you that you are. So that's my little dedication page. I got to figure out what my word of the year is, not tonight. Okay, so while we're open in the circle, I would love to do some readings, and I'm going to teach you how to do a reading with a pendulum. And so the way pendulums work for me, is if it goes north and south like this, it's yes. And then let's show them no. So if it goes east and west, it's no. And if it goes in a circle, it's, and my pendulums listen, unlike children. If it goes in a circle, it's I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, write a letter to little you. Isn't that sweet? A little you. I really like the idea that we do that. I'm going to see if I can use my product camera because, like I said, my team is out today, so my expectations of my technology is a little bit low just because I didn't want to trouble too many people with too many things. But I might be able to use this camera actually to hold my pendulum steady. Oh, I will. This is awesome. Okay. Would anybody, so here's the thing with these readings at the full moon, y'all, with a pendulum. Yes, no questions only. Pendulums, you got to keep it simple. So who would like a reading for a yes, no question? I'm going to do really, really quick, okay? Because it doesn't take me long. Mary de Santiago, does she need to open a bakery? It says yes, and why have you waited so long? It doesn't need to be a physical bakery. I'm a channel too, so I'm going to tell you what comes through. It doesn't need to be physical. You can do it out of your kitchen. What are you waiting for? This could have been making you money for a long time. If it stays still, you need to relax and be present. Sometimes it stays still because your energy isn't running it yet. You can ask it, are you my tool, and see what it says. Okay. Angela, will 2024 be successful for Angela? Yes. Second half of the year, is that true? Yes. June to December. If you're too afraid, I almost said scared. If you're too afraid to ask, it's not the right time. If you don't want to tell me the question, just say, I have a question, and I'll give you my reading, okay? Karina, will I get home to be able to celebrate the new year? Will Karina be home for the new year? It's saying maybe. It's an I don't know. What's it depend on? There's something outside of your control. Yes, Pendulum says that's correct. Brianna Harmel, is my new relationship real? Is Brianna's new relationship real? I don't know. Don't jump in just yet. Give it time. Is that correct? Give it time. You're not in a hurry anyway. It has to be a yes/no question. Is Vicky Payne going to build her new house in 2024? I feel like it's a yes. You are. It may not be completely done in 2024. That's what I'm getting though. Let's see. Kaz is there. Hi, Kaz. Will 2024 be a more prosperous, positive year for Kaz? It will. It will. This wasn't a banner year, is what the guys are telling me. But listen, I mean, it wasn't for me either. It's not a competition, but I mean, hasn't been easy for just almost anybody I know. So I do think that better days are ahead. Ashley Morgan, will she be a successful writer? One question at a time. So let me ask, will you be a successful writer? Yes. Will she be a successful artist? Illustrate your book. Is that correct, Spirit? Illustrate your book. Kevin has a question. Again, you don't have to tell me the question. This is not you're not writing an autobiography tonight. Some of you are private. What is the answer to Kevin's question tonight? Yes. Yeah, I see you, Vicky. CJ, will her body be healed in 2024? It says maybe, which also means not sure. Are there specific steps she needs to take? Yes. Does she know what those are? No. You're going to figure something out. This is just total, like I said, I'm mixing the pendulum with my own channeling. There's something you don't know yet that's going to help you. Not about your health, but like you're going to learn something this year. You know how we learn things as we go and you're like, oh my God, why did I never know that? I'm glad, Kevin, to be able to validate that for you. Sabrina, will her health improve this year? Yes. You're gonna feels like very similar response. You're gonna is my intuition accurate? Yeah, you're gonna be directed to someone this year who's gonna help you. It feels like a new doctor. Is that correct, Spirit? New doctor, new practitioner. Am I correct about acupuncture? I don't know if you're doing any kind of acupuncture, but I'm just being guided to tell you to do that for whatever it's worth. Odyssey Minds has a question. What is the answer to Odyssey Minds' question? Yes. When you don't tell me the question, it takes me a second because I just don't want to, I want to make sure I'm seeing the answer correctly. Okay, where am I going, Spirit? Back up. Hi, Janet. Thank you for the beautiful gifts that you sent, by the way. I'll be sending you a note. She's been so busy. Rayburn has a question. What is the answer to Rayburn's question? No. That's a no. Okay. Raven Waters, will Raven receive disability? Not sure. Again, is it dependent on something? Is Raven aware of what this is dependent on? It's dependent on something and you know about it. I don't know what that means for you, by the way. I'm just working in the yes-no realm. Let's see, where am I going now? Should Karen Merkel retire this year? I feel like it's a yes. Yeah, should she have retired last year? Yes. Did you put it off this year? I just feel like you know, it's so funny with the bakery question and with your retirement question. It's like, what are you waiting? What are you waiting for? Taylor Ralston has a question. What is the answer to Taylor Ralston's question? That's a yes. Y'all can see my hand, right, that I'm not moving. I just, sometimes when people are new to pendulums, I don't know. It's always really accurate for me. I hope this is helpful for you guys. Carmen Aguiar has a question. What was the answer to Carmen Aguiar's question? That's a yes. Where am I going now? Christine, is it Mahi? Am I going to leave my career to live my dream life? Is Christine going to leave her career to live her dream life this year? Did you mean this year? I don't feel like you're going to do it this year. Is Christine going to leave her career to live her dream life? 2025? Yeah, it's weird. I feel like it's not the next 12 months, but it's like really early in the following year, which seems like a long time from now, but it feels like it's about a year away. Melissa Kitt has a question. What is the answer to Melissa Kitt's question? That's a no. Let's see. Paula Mendez, will this stay-at-home mom start a new job after 8 years? Wow, is Paula going to start a new job? Yeah. Is it going to be from home? Yes. Is it always going to be from home? No. That was my intuition too. So I feel like you're going to start a new job, but it's going to start out being from home. This needs to be a gradual transition. Is that right for Paula? Yeah. You don't want to make like big sudden changes is what I get. And then I feel like eventually you're going to transition to not be at home. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm just going to rest my hand for a minute. Shake the energy out. That's my rain stick. Turns. Okay. Are you having fun? It's kind of fun, isn't it? Now you know why I'm obsessed. Anna. Will Anna marry Torsten? Should Anna marry Torsten? Yes. Does she have a doubt in her heart? Yes. What are you worried about, darling? Don't marry anyone if you're not sure. There's no reason to do that. I'm not the first person to tell you that. Right? Sorry, sometimes I have to be your sister. Don't do that. Natalia Bezdanova. Will her health improve significantly in 2024? Yes. It will. Like, really, I feel like it will. Azucena, should she leave the corporate world and go all in for her business next year? Well, you know, Athena the human would tell you, don't do that. You wait till you are secure. But I'm asking Spirit, Azucena, should she leave her corporate career and go all in for her spirit business? Yes. That's the simple answer. I leave it to Spirit. Jamie Nelson has a question. What is the answer to Jamie Nelson's question, please? Yes. I love the should I get married questions because it's if you're asking a question, you probably have to sit with it. Just live together. Margie, that sounds so bad of me. I can hear my mom going, don't tell them that. Margita Fisher, am I where I need to be for 2024? Is Margita where she needs to be for 2024? Yes. Okay, can I do a collective read? For all of us here, is 2024, for the collective, is 2024 going to be a better year? Yes. It is. Change. Is change coming for the collective? Yes. I'm just going with my intuition. But is it change for the better? Yes. Is there anything else I need to tell them tonight? No. I love how Spirit's like, yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Speaking of Joshua Tree, this was made from one of those beautiful cactuses in Joshua Tree. One of my favorites. Anyway, cheers everybody. We're so happy you're here. Okay. So, bookmark it. The next time we get together to fill in our journal, and again, these are at sagegoddess.com if you didn't get one. It's so fun. It tells you all the moon phases and the stones to work with. It tells you if your sun and your rising and your, basically all the parts of your astrology. It gives you the 12 signs and kind of an overview of the 12 signs, and then tells you the wheel of the year and all the holidays. I mean, this is like, if there's one book you need. So I want you to put your little bookmark to page 13, and before the 1st of January, I want you to set your New Year's intentions, write them down. What I do, because I'm a devotee of the Rider-Waite Tarot, it's how I learned, it's what I teach, it's what I know. My sister and I are notorious for our Rider-Waite tarot readings for the new year. So you should pull cards for 2024, write all the cards down and then the meanings. You can look them up if you want to. And then, so when you have time before, and then we will be gathering again to fill in page 19 at the new moon, January 11th, 2024. It will be in Capricorn, 20 degrees Capricorn. And we will write our new moon intentions in this exact notebook on January 11th, 111, when we gather then. Okay. Happy full moon to you. Love you guys. So glad you were here tonight. Yeah, pull one card for each month. So what's my card for January? What's my card for February? What's my card for March? And what is my card for April? I know. We have rain discs at Sage Goddess. I don't have rain sticks for you. We had them in our class one time. But they're hard to get. They're hard to make. I'm glad you're here. All right, under this full moon, what do? We manifest, we visualize, we illuminate. We send light to dark places. That could be in our heart, our mind, our body, our spirit. At this full moon, last one of 2023, we give thanks for her light all year long. Imagine there's a big ray of light shining down on you tonight. It's lighting up. Could be love, could be relationships, could be work, could be health. Let's cast that light where it needs to shine for your highest good. Let's let Cancer cry the tears that we can't cry. It's like Kuan Yin, you know? And thank you for being here. Light it up, full moon. Bring us that illumination, that determination, that manifestation. For the highest good, for your health, for your wealth, for your love, for your trust, for your career. May you be blessed in all ways, always. And together we say, Amen. Aho. So it is. So it is. It's true. Balance is key. The goal is not happiness. That's what we learned from the Buddhists, right? If your goal is happiness, you're always going to be disappointed. The goal is la balanza, right? Balance. Equilibrium. Right? Equilibrium. Not too high, not too low. Not too in, not too out. Not too up, not too down. Somewhere in the middle. Homeostasis. Right? For your body systems to be balanced. Hormones are not too out of whack, right? That's the goal. Okay, now let's release those guides and guardians. Still drinking my tea from earlier. My sister got me a hamper from Fordham and Mason for Christmas, which is like IYK, and their orange pico tea is amazing, and they have my Christmas blend tea in there too, so cheers and thanks to my sister. My big gift this year was an ice maker. It's the coolest thing ever. Do you like ice? I love ice. I know it's so weird, but I really like ice. And it's, so I have fresh ice all the time. I know people have it in their refrigerator, but this is like, I don't know, it's fancy ice. I can't remember my word. I don't want to say anything out loud because I really believe in magic. I'm going to wait. I'm gonna wait. Okay, so let's release the guides and the guardians. You ready? We always start where we left off. So the guides and the guardians of the element of magic. Thank you for being here. We release you with gratitude. In the north, we release the guides and guardians of peace and patience, perseverance, presence, protection. We thank you for being here. In the west, we release the guides and the guardians of renewal and healing and maternal hugs and kisses and all the Cancer energy. In the south, we release the guides and the guardians of transformation and courage, power. And in the east, we release the guides and the guardians of new beginnings and new cycles. And we give them thanks. So now Lori was asking, do we set intentions tonight? I set intentions at the new moon and not the full moon. That's my practice though. And if you feel like you want to set intentions, you should absolutely do it. For me, the full moon, because that's when your blood is thick. That's when the light is highest, right, brightest in the sky. That's when everything gets thicker and stronger and bigger, so we illuminate, right? We send energy to things because we've got that big lunar light. At the new moon, your blood is thinnest, everything is contracting, your weight is lowest of the month, right? So that's when we release and shed. You shed weight, you shed everything at the new moon, because and the moon is shedding her light too. So I mirror what she does in my practice. So at the new moon, when she's shedding light, I shed what isn't serving me, and I kind of use it as a blank, dark slate to write my new visions. And at the full moon, when she's big and full and your blood is thick, you shouldn't have surgery at the full moon, right? Because you're more likely to bleed. So at the full moon, when everything is big and thick and expansive, that's when we direct that light to illuminate certain aspects of our lives too. All right, cheers. So thank you for being here. If you missed the readings, you can always go back and watch a little bit later. I want to tell you about next month. So next month, the full moon is in Leo, and each month, next year in 2024, which is next week, but each month in the full moon this year, we are studying a mythical creature, which I think is really fun. And we're starting with the Sphinx. And then you get an oracle card in your reading, which is really cool. So the Sphinx, of course, a mythical creature, the body of a lion, head of a woman. And so our incredible design team at Sage Goddess, did you see what they did for the Sphinx? So it's a really cool kit. You get a double terminated lapis and quartz wand with the Sphinx on the front. You get the art. You get the Secret of the Sphinx candle, which smells incredible, by the way, and the perfume. You get this jar. You get a bag of different colored sand, because we're going to make sand art to honor our Egyptian roots. And you get all the clear quartz chipstones, because we are going to, again, magnify the energy of the sand, and each color sand has different meaning, and I'm going to teach you everything in our ritual. Then we gave you a little sticker because we thought it was cute. It's like a cat sphinx, so we're we need to send that to you. The notes in your perfume and your candle: sandalwood, pink peppercorn, acacia, blue lotus, which is true, authentic blue lotus from Egypt. And if you get your kit before midnight, one person is going to win the Treasures of Egypt trio, which is the Eye of Ra for protection on a black tourmaline generator, a beautiful lapis ankh for eternal life and integration of masculine and feminine, and the most incredible malachite and chrysocolla specimen from the Republic of the Congo, which looks like the African continent. And so there's no code or anything necessary to enter to win. You just have to get your kit before midnight, but your code for 23% off is new. And then the last thing I want to tell you, because I don't know if you've heard, I have a free... What is with me dropping everything tonight? I'm normally not like a... You see this is happening, right? I normally have people in here helping me. That's probably what it is, and everybody's on vacation. I promise nothing was injured in the course of me dropping every single thing I had on my table. I am doing... It's weird. I am doing a free bonus class for people who join my brand new program called Apothecary on January 3rd. It's called Journey Through Wisdom, and it's actually my favorite 11 teachings of the last 11 years of my online classes. So if you join Apothecary, you get a free bonus class on January 3rd with my highlights. And I don't have a banner to show you, and but Karen can give you the details. I'm actually, if you've heard about my new program and you're like, I want more information, this coming Thursday at 4 p.m., I believe, Karen can confirm and give you the link. I'm doing an info session on the brand new Apothecary program for 2024, and we're doing some fun things. We have some prizes. I think we're giving away a membership. And if you already registered, then yours will be comped if you're chosen. So you want to join that free event this coming Thursday, right, Karen, at 3 p.m.? And there's all the details online, so we will link to that for you. So if you're like, I haven't joined Apothecary yet, which is my online class for 2024, I want more information. Yeah, so you can still join in January. Of course you can. We start January 3rd. So you definitely want to be registered by January 3rd. However, what goes away on New Year's Eve is the annual option. That disappears. So you can register for the whole year until December 31st at midnight and save 2 months of your tuition. So it's $1,000 for the whole year, which is really crazy. We did not raise our prices this year. What I want to say about Apothecary is this. I dreamed this program into being when I was in Mexico in the Yucatan in August. And if you're one of those people whose heart skips a beat when you see herbal cabinets and when you see Apothecary, you know, when you go into a magical store and they've got incense blends and it's like, oh, I want to learn how to make that, or syrups or tinctures, or you're one of those people who really wants to create a legacy project, which is what we're doing this year with our Book of Wisdom. You want to leave a written record of everything that matters to you that you know in your magical practice. And you want community, and you want to hang out, and you want to be in my kitchen cooking with me and making magic with me and really reconnecting with your roots. This is the program for you. And in so many ways, everything I've been teaching for the last 11 years has been leading to this. But it's really going to take us, in a way, it's going to take us back in time, back to the original program I ever taught, which was called Magical Sabbatical, which was really sweet. You know what I mean? It was kind of everything in a basket, and nothing was off limits. But then this year what we're doing is we're really studying the power of nature to heal us, body, mind, and spirit. And so I will tell you more details about the program when we get together for our info session on Thursday afternoon. And like I said, Karen's got all the 411 to make sure you can put that on your calendar and you don't miss that. It's a sneak peek of the program. It is at 4 p.m. So sagegoddess.com/apothecary if you just want to register now. There's a once a month option for Sundays at home with me, literally from my house, which is really cool. And then if you want the whole enchilada, as I like to say, then you want to sign up for the Apothecary program, which meets every week, and it's a little more intensive. And I can't wait to start. All right, you guys, have a beautiful rest of your evening. Hi, Rosalind. Crystal says, can you please say hi to my 5-year-old daughter, Rosalind? Mwah. Auntie Athena loves you. Aren't you going to be magic when you grow up? Can you imagine if you'd started all this when you were 5? I started at 14 and a half, and I felt like I was catching up. Little Rosalind's going to be teaching us all something in a few years. She'll be like, remember when I was at your ritual when I was 5? Anyway, love you guys. Happy full moon. SageGoddess.com for your tools for next month. And tomorrow, what's tomorrow, y'all, in the feed? Graduation. If you were in online programs this year, Living Magic graduates tomorrow. I will be in my doctoral robe. You will be in your graduation sash. I love giving you these because it's very ceremonial. And I will be pronouncing you graduates of the Living Magic program, just like we'll do next year for Apothecary. So graduation is tomorrow starting at 3 p.m. I cannot wait. And I get to teach you the magic of the sistrum, which is an ancient Egyptian sound tool. We'll be doing sistrum ceremony tomorrow, graduation ceremony tomorrow starting at 3 p.m. I will see you then. Have a great rest of your